vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a bright, focused foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
It's time! It's time! It's beta time!
You are watching a master at work.
Truth Nation, get ready for the greatest 60 minutes in radio, giving you his authentic and bold opinions, bringing you all the information, entertainment, and conversations you gotta hear. From local issues to trending topics and headline news, it is time for Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is your award-winning host, Kyle Wallace.
Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I'm your host, The Truth to Power, Kyle Wallace, and we're coming to you live from the American Family Insurance Studio here in the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. You can call in and text in on today's show at 833-212-1017. That is the Truth Talk and Text line. Again, it is 833-212-1017. That is the Truth Talk and Text line. You can also watch and stream us live on the YouTubes by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. That is 1017 The Truth on YouTube. We can give us a like. You can give us a share. You can give us a subscribe so you don't miss any of your favorite award-winning 1017 The Truth shows. Again, that is going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Make sure y'all give us a like, a share, and a subscribe. Shout out to my producer, Rhea Riley, holding it down on the ones and the twos.
Hey.
And shout out to you, Truth Nation. Before we get into it, the Olympics have started. I didn't watch the opening ceremonies, but I don't know. Have y'all heard? I don't know if y'all heard about a skier named Lindsey Vonn. There's a woman named Lindsey Vonn who's a downhill skier. And Lindsey used to date Tiger. She liked black brothers. Now she dates some Hispanic man, but she dated Tiger. She dated a guy named P.K. Subban. He's a hockey player, black dude. And now she dating some Hispanic dude. But Lindsey Vonn is a world-class downhill skier, and she tore her ACL at the age of 41. She was competing in the Olympics. Great comeback. She tore her ACL just 9 days before she was set to compete in the Olympics. Now, most people with a torn ACL, because a torn ACL basically means your knee is not stable. I tore both of mine, my left and my right one. Both my ACL. So I understand. I tried to play through my second torn ACL. My knee just kept going boom, 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 boom. It kept buckling because your knee's not stable. Michael Parsons, who played for the Green Bay Packers, he tore his ACL, had to have surgery. He couldn't play. Tucker Kraft, another guy, tore his ACL, couldn't play. Christian Watson missed the first 7 weeks of the season this year because he had to recover from a torn ACL. So typically you have to have ACL surgery. Lindsey Vonn decided she wanted to try to go out there without an ACL. And guess how long she lasted on that ski hill? You know how long Lindsey Vonn lasted with a torn ACL on a ski hill?
Not very long.
13 seconds. 13 seconds. I said, what? Now, why they sent her out there like that? I said, is that un-American? But then again, in America, people are full of greed and selfishness. So that is the epitome of the United States of America. But with that being said, Truth Nation, it is Monday, day after a Super Bowl. And so y'all know I got to hit y'all with that weekend recap.
Truth Nation, we know you have a busy life and the weekend went by too fast. If you missed any of the headline stories, no worries. We got you covered on the top stories you may have missed. Tap in for the weekend recap on Truth to Power. Kyle, tell Truth Nation the biggest headlines they need to know.
Truth Nation, again, make sure y'all watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. The first big story we have to talk about is clearly the Super Bowl. Yes, the big game that took place yesterday. My first reaction to it was, dang, I should have been at the Super Bowl. I should have been at Santa Clara. Y'all know my little cousin played for the Broncos. They were clearly better than the Patriots. Their quarterback got hurt, and they barely lost. Should have been at the Super Bowl yesterday. But then my other takeaway was there were local ties. There were local ties to the Super Bowl. I'm not sure if y'all knew this or not, but there were some local ties to the Super Bowl. Now, Rhea, did you hear about this local tie?
Recently, yes, actually.
Yeah. But Jay Ramos Rivera, who is one of the best 11-year-old dancers, not in Wisconsin, but in the nation. He won the nationals for a dance competition he was in. So he is considered the best boy dancer at the age of 11 for his age group. And he was selected to be part of last night's Super Bowl. Now, the young kid is Puerto Rican, and he said that doing this was special to him. And what he said specifically, said he was doing it for his family. He was doing it for his roots. He was doing it for everyone from his island of Puerto Rico. He paved, for everybody who paved the way for him to dream bigger. So he was very proud of who he is and where he came from. So it was really cool. Yes, Rhea.
I thought you were talking about the other surprise, but no, I didn't know that. But I have danced. His dad and I have been on.
Oh, his dad's a dancer?
Teammate for like the last decade.
His dad's a dancer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So the little boy is a great dancer.
He's amazing. I dance with him too.
He's considered like one of the. You're gonna continue to hear his name. Like you don't get it on stage at the Super Bowl if you can't dance. But I guess he won nationals. I don't know how many times, but I know most recently he's a national.
Couple times, handful.
Yeah, and he's right here from Wisconsin. So shout out to that young boy. It's great to have that representation. It really is great to have that representation, representing Wisconsin, to be able to be on that national stage. He was on the stage with like the wedding thing, I believe, and so pretty cool to see. And Rhea sounds like she knew his dad.
I know both of them.
Did you? So you didn't know he was performing? When did you know he was performing?
No, a few of the people I know have performed in Super Bowl. They can't tell you until the day of, so I didn't know. I was like, oh, look at that.
Yeah. What was your surprise?
The violin.
Violinist.
Yeah.
Yes. And that gets to the other thing, Truth Nation. There was also another local tie right here in the city of Milwaukee. It's the Sister Strings perform "America the Beautiful." The sisters, the violinist, I believe it's Shantae Ross, and cellist Monique Ross got to be on the main stage, and they put on an absolute show yesterday. I mean, they put on a great show performing "America the Beautiful." Both are from the north side of Milwaukee, and what is so beautiful about this is they are examples of people from our community being able to make it out. And when I say make it out, you made it out without having to dunk a ball, and made it out without having to catch a pass. Like people in the community, I talked about the arts when we had the gentleman on here a couple weeks ago from Hamilton. I talked about the arts when we talked about how beautiful it was for Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, to go to the Milwaukee High School of the Arts and hear them sing one of his songs from The Greatest Showman. In front of him, he broke down in tears because we have so much talent here in the city of Milwaukee that we just need to make sure we continue to cultivate it and grow it so everybody has the opportunity to flourish and grow. But it's pretty cool to see people from the north side of Milwaukee at the Super Bowl on the main stage. We got so many great, gifted, and talented folks, and I want y'all to hear a quick clip of the performance from yesterday, from the Super Bowl, from America the Beautiful, where they got a chance to have a little solo as part of this. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube just to listen, or you can turn up your radio just to listen. No video, just audio. just beautiful, just beautiful. One thing I have appreciation for is for the strings. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. So shout out to the Sister Strings, and shout out to the city of Milwaukee, shout out to the state of Wisconsin of having representation of a young Puerto Rican boy, representation of 2 black women right here from the city of Milwaukee on the world's biggest stage, 100 million people watching, and they got to be a part of that. So that is something that is so special. We should all take great pride in what they were able to represent and do yesterday. Now, also the commercials. Everybody watched the Super Bowl commercials. Everybody watched them. Everybody's into the Super Bowl commercials. They were interesting this year, and something that I saw that maybe should be a little bit concerning was who had commercials, who ruled the day, who was spending the most money. That's always an indicator of like where things are going. When Amazon had all the commercials and all the Netflix had commercials, like all these people that have commercials, of course you're going to see alcohol and different things like that. But one thing I noticed yesterday, which seems to be what is taking over the world, is that we saw quite a few commercials, and I saw somebody mention this, is that we saw quite a few commercials focused on AI, artificial intelligence. We saw weight loss drugs. I mean, dang. I mean, how many people are taking that GLP-3 thing, poking themselves, the fat drug? How many people are taking that dang fat drug where they got all these commercials at the Super Bowl? You saw cryptocurrency. There's a whole commercial of cryptocurrency where not only did they have a commercial, it also had the Backstreet Boys. Or no, NSYNC. It had the NSYNC. It was NSYNC. You are my fire, the one.
I thought that was Backstreet Boys.
Desire. Oh, is that Backstreet? Okay, that is Backstreet. I wanted that my way. Whatever it is, I don't know. One of them 2 boy bands from when I was a kid. But that cost money too, and they were able to buy that song, and they were able to have a Super Bowl commercial. So they're making money in gambling. There is so much money going into gambling, all these sports betting is crazy. So I think this is an indication about where the American economy is. And also, just so y'all know, because y'all know, I don't know what it means for our country, but I do want to say Wednesday, the job numbers come out. We'll probably talk about it Wednesday or Thursday. But the job numbers do come out, and I think it'll be very interesting to see the direction that this country is going in the month of January of 2026, in the year 2026, because I don't think they're going to paint the prettiest picture. I think they'll paint a blah picture, or okay picture, but I think the economy is slowing down, especially with the record number of job losses that we had during the month of January of 2026. So I just wanted to bring that up. But I mean, the Super Bowl commercials, okay. They're not like they was before when I was a kid. They definitely not as good as they were when I was a kid. You liked them?
No, I said they sucked.
Yeah, they haven't been the best of late.
It was just literally AI, weight loss, and gambling.
A lot of gambling.
Pretty sad.
I saw some food delivery too.
Oh,
zero. Yeah. It's interesting. I don't know what to think of our economy and where we're going. But anyways, the next story that I have is MPS smaller classrooms are coming. This is something that I think is very, very good. Listen, all the information coming out of MPS in the last, I would say, year has been positive to me. I have mostly positive things to say. I shouldn't say year, about 7 to 8 months. I have mostly positive things to say about the current leadership and things coming out, and MPS continues to rebuild and reinvest. And I don't think there's anything for us to be upset about, as news came out last week that MPS will be focusing on some important and specific priorities heading towards this budget bill. Now, something that they have coming up this week that I will talk about later this week is the fact they're going to talk about the closing of school buildings. Now, I know some of y'all was upset about that. I'm waiting to hear more information as it comes out, but the school board is meeting this week, and they're going to discuss the plan on what they're looking to do when it comes to closing schools here in Milwaukee and MPS. So I'm going to wait for that information to come out, and we will have a conversation about that, because I think it's important for us to know what schools that mostly we saw on the north side will close and where kids are going to be displaced from their schools. So we're going to figure that out later this week. But until we get to that, I do want to talk about some positives out of MPS. And the first thing is, one of the priorities for next year is to limit the class size to 28 students, with smaller class sizes even smaller in K3 to K5, and middle school having a cap of 32 students in a classroom. I think this is good. I think the 32 is too high, but I think limiting class sizes should be imperative, because the bigger the class size, the more distractions, and I think kids will struggle more. And one thing that we need to focus on is the fact that these kids in MPS need more individualized attention. They really do. We want to be successful. We need to ensure that every single child has an opportunity to be successfully educated. And the bigger the class sizes, the more distractions, the more work the teacher has to do, I think the worse educational outcomes we will see from our students in MPS. So I'm excited about that. On top of that, they're looking to maintain classroom teaching positions and adjusting staffing only in cases where enrollment is significantly declining, which we are seeing here in MPS. They're prioritizing hiring for historically hard to staff schools, which is important. Instead of the schools that people want to go to, you're going to focus on trying to incentivize people coming to the schools that have lower test scores, that have probably a higher percentage of their students on free and reduced lunch. Again, I think that is important when you're talking about how can we make MPS better and invest further in the district-wide implementation of their literacy plan, which is they invested almost $8 million in a new literacy plan. So again, when I look at investments in MPS, I'm finally hearing smart investments. I'm not hearing investments in pay, money, and all that. I'm hearing investments in the students having better outcomes, investment in students having smaller class sizes. So again, I don't know how anybody can be disappointed or upset when you hear stories like this out of MPS. Now, though I am shining this great light on MPS right now, come Thursday, who knows, my tune may change. And I definitely want to hear from y'all later this week when it comes to how you all feel about the potential closing of certain schools on the north side of Milwaukee, and if it's not equitable of how they're choosing and selecting to close some of these schools. But that is something for us to keep our eye on later on this week. Now, lastly, Truth Nation, again, you can watch the stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. And lastly, Truth Nation, something I did want to discuss is I wanted to provide an update on Trumpito, the terrible president that we have in the United States. Now, y'all know y'all racist president he shared a video last week that annoyed the hell out of me. And on Friday, we discussed how Trump shared that racist post on his Truth Social, and the video looked like a screen record video, and at the end, it depicted the Obamas as monkeys. Extremely offensive, highly offensive. Now, a normal person, when they do something that's offensive, right? If I ever, Rhea, I'm sure I've offended you before. I probably said something, and I probably apologized to you, have I not?
Yes.
Okay, that's what a normal person does. A normal person says, I'm sorry. I apologize. It was an accident. That is just simply what you do when you make a mistake. You don't need to act like you're bigger and better. You need to act like we're all not filled and riddled with mistakes. You just say, whoops, my bad. I didn't mean it. But not this guy. He blamed a White House staffer and then refused to name the White House staffer. And in addition to that, they didn't even fire the White House staffer. So they claimed the White House staffer did this, but they didn't lose their job, which is crazy. But then the truth came out on Friday night eventually, where Trump said that he saw the video first. But he claimed he didn't see the racist portion. And he claimed he sent the video to his people to have them posted on his social media. So Donald Trump admitted to the fact that he saw a video and asked for it to be posted. So at this point, he gave the green light for something to be posted on his page, on his account. That falls on you. That falls on you, period. If I'm scrolling down social media and I accidentally share something offensive, that falls on me. If I'm scrolling down social media and accidentally double tap something I probably shouldn't be double tapping, that falls on me. If I share a video and I don't review the whole video, that falls on me. You got to take something called accountability, period. But he was asked about this accountability. He was asked about if he would apologize, and he quickly said this: no, I didn't make the mistake. I mean, I look at a lot of thousands of things, and I looked at the beginning, and it was fine. That's what he said. That's me breaking down exactly what he said. So he basically said it wasn't his mistake. He's not taking accountability for it. This man is old, he's crazy, and he's senile, and we need to get rid of people like this from office in leadership. There needs to be an age limit on holding elected office because this is ridiculous. It really is. And now I want y'all to go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. This is video focused, but I want y'all to go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube for those to see, and you're going to see a video of the former the former Senate leader, Mitch McConnell, who was the Senate leader all of, I want to say, in 2024. This is what he looks like now. He is still in Congress. He is still a United States Senator. He's been sick lately. But the United States Senator, who used to be the leader of the Senate in the majority party, the Republicans and minority leader as well when the Republicans in minority. But this is a video of him walking out last week. Walking out of the building last week. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube, and this is the exact reason why there needs to be age limits on who can be in office. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube to see the video. trench coat on, wobbling left and right with two people under his arm walking him out. He wobbling left and right. Imagine an elderly person that basically needs a walker being walked out, being basically carried out. This man is a sitting elected official and he can barely move. How is that possible? How is he working? If that man was serving you food at a restaurant, you would sit there and say, "Hey, can y'all give me somebody else?" He's sitting there moving, trying to shake up the fries, and he's slipping and falling, freezing up. Sir, like, come on, man. The video's embarrassing. Is it not? That's embarrassing.
That's a bad analogy, but it's different. If it's an old person working in a restaurant, that's fine.
If they moving like that, Rhea,
people gotta work. You old restaurant. Now you in our government, that's different.
You know his mind ain't sharp.
Absolutely not.
And so I'm just saying there needs to be an age limit. We need to put a limitation on what it is. And listen, Trump turns 80 this year. And Trump already got bruises all over. He can't shake nobody's hand without getting a bruise. He can't formulate main sentences. He can't formulate full sentences. He can't stay on track. You saw the decline of Biden. You see the decline of Mitch McConnell. All it took was literally less than 2 years he had this decline. And Trump is well on his way to this decline. I'm telling y'all, this is shameful. This is shameful. But that is the weekend recap here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Truth Nation, we come back. Listen, the halftime show was yesterday. Bonito, Bad Bunny, Turning Point USA, Kid Rock, my name is Kid. And on the other side, we're going to talk about these snowflakes that hated the halftime show and the real powerful message that came from it. This is Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace, and we're going to talk about snowflakes, even though it's not snowing today on The Truth.
More of Truth to Power is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. On Sunday afternoon, the Milwaukee Panthers return home to face in-state rival UW Green Bay Phoenix at the UWM Panther Arena for the Battle of I-43.
Loop a pass, baseline right, Franklin, in on Cotton, reverse layup. Oh, that was pretty. Elam, wrap a pass, left corner, Jackson, trigger three, and he hits it.
Scott Wallace has the coverage starting at 1:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 2 o'clock. City Conference season is coming down to the wire, and we have a battle of two of the top teams in the City Conference Gold Division. Tune in Thursday night as the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats go on the road and look to knock off the top team in the City Conference, the Milwaukee Juneau Pioneers. Tip-off is set for 7 o'clock. The City Conference Game of the Week on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com is sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools and presented by Gruber Law Offices.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Truth Nation, it's time once again to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community at the second annual Truth Community Awards, happening Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 inside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. This award show will honor the unsung heroes who show up, give back, and make a positive impact in our community every single day. We are rolling out the red carpet and showing love to those who truly deserve it. Buy your tickets now by visiting 1017thetruthAwards.com. Tickets are just $20, which includes free food and exclusive Truth giveaways. Join the 1017 The Truth team for an unforgettable night of entertainment, inspiration, and community pride at the second annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 in Milwaukee. The Truth Community Awards are presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Milwaukee College Prep, Cousin Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation. This is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Nueva York.
What is this?
You must have not watched last night.
Oh, you playing licensed music?
Come on, hurry up.
This is Truth to Power Caldwell. Pod that down. We get my stuff blocked. I was gonna say this sound like I was gonna say this don't sound like the free music. Anyways, one call, that's all with Gruber Law Offices. If you or a loved one is ever injured in an accident, make sure you make one call, that's all to Gruber Law Offices, and they will take care of you. I know when I got injured in an accident, I knew I could depend on them to make sure that I got the money I deserve, but also that my body healed as well. But something I love about them is they're so dedicated to uplifting the community. Something they do in the community is they do a shopping spree in partnership with Kohl's, where kids have an opportunity to go on a holiday shopping spree. That is absolutely awesome, and that's why you should support Gruber Law Offices, because they're supporting those in our community. So give them a call today at 414-276-6666. That's 414-276-6666, or visit them at gruber-law.com. And remember, there's no cost to call, consult with them, or retain them as a law firm. You never pay a fee until they win your case. It's one call, that's all with Gruber Law Offices. It is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am your host of Truth to Power, Kyle Wallace, and we're coming to you live from the American Family Insurance Studio here at the Avenue in Truth Nation. So, as you heard, coming back to my surprise, was Bad Bunny in the halftime show. Now, yesterday, the halftime show, it was very interesting. Bad Bunny had an opportunity to perform at the halftime show. And I'll be very honest. I'm very honest. When Bad Bunny was initially announced to be doing a halftime show, I said, listen, I that's cool. I said, that's nice, but I said, I ain't gonna lie to you. I like some of Bad Bunny music, but I don't listen to Bad Bunny, and my Spanish is not as good. I haven't taken Spanish since sophomore year of high school, and I think I got a C- in that. So you know my Spanish is broken. Not good. I can go to Spanish-speaking countries and Portuguese-speaking countries and understand a lot because of the background I had in Spanish, but your boy don't speak Spanish very well. So imagine somebody getting out there speaking Spanish and rapping. I didn't know what he was going to be saying, so I wasn't too enthused about it, but I was also happy with the fact that there was some representation. I knew I wasn't a target demo, because if you can't speak Spanish like me, and you don't listen to the music, I'm not the target demo. So I understood that. But at the end of the day, like, hey, I'm a fan of sound. I'm a fan of music. I can move the hips. I go left, right. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I like doing that type of stuff. Like, I enjoy it. So I enjoyed the music and the sound, and I enjoyed the production that we saw from Bad Bunny yesterday. But I don't really listen to Bad Bunny like that, except for the song he has with Drake and some other songs, but not too many. None he played yesterday. So Bad Bunny, to me, was about representation, was about culture, was about sound, and that's exactly what he delivered yesterday. For somebody who does not speak Spanish, I felt like I was able to enjoy the production, even though I didn't know what he was saying. And in a moment in time where you have so much division in this country, which is driven by racism and driven by hate coming directly from the White House, having a message of love and embracing our differences was something that was much needed in this time. So shout out to Jay-Z, shout out to the NFL, for being able to understand and have a finger on the pulse of this country and understand that this was actually something that was very, very necessary. Now, Bad Bunny actually also promoted a message of believing in oneself. Now, I thought this was powerful. He literally started the show by stating his name. He literally said, my name, or I guess it's me llamo Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, and I'm here. I can't do the rest in Spanish. Aquí es Superbowl, and then that's all I know. I can't do that. Y'all know it's broken. But he literally said in English translation, he said, my name is Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, and I am here at the Super Bowl because I never stopped believing in myself, and you should never stop believing in yourself because you are worth more than you think. Truth Nation, let me tell y'all. Now, in the moment, I didn't know what the brother was saying. But after, when I saw the translation, I said, oh my gosh, what a way to start that. What a powerful message that is, Truth Nation. It's a message of love. It's a message of self-belief. It's a message of strength, and I love it. As somebody who truly believes, and I was blessed and fortunate to be raised in a household where my parents, basically anything I wanted to do, my parents encouraged me to do it. Like there was nothing that I was told I could not do, in the sense of like, hey, you wanna play that sport, go right ahead. You wanna do that activity, go right ahead. You wanna do Boy Scouts, go right ahead. You wanna have the best car in the Pinewood Derby, okay, here it is. Papa Wallace and Kyle, late night getting that Pinewood Derby thing together. Killed it, did a great job, even though I ain't gonna go in that story. But again, anything I wanted to do, my parents encouraged it. I have so much belief in oneself simply because of the people that were around me that encouraged me. So having a message from somebody that influential is beautiful. It's a direct message to people to say, hey, believe in yourself. Because I'm only here because I believed in myself. And I think that's something that should resonate with a lot of people. And then at the end, what I loved about the performance, Truth Nation, is that he said, God bless America, and listed off all the different countries that are in the Americas. He had a football in his hand, including Estados Unidos, or Unidos Estados. Oh, it's Estados Unidos? Did you take Spanish? It's Estados Unidos.
I did know better at German, though, so I don't know.
Oh, you knew German. But then on top of that, he listed off that, but then he had a football, and the football said, the football said, only thing stronger than hate is love. Truth Nation, that's a unifying message. That's a unifying message. Instead of giving it a chance, some people said, absolutely not. We ain't watching that Spanish here in America, which is everybody's right. But what I loved is that so many people had already just said, I don't want to watch it, that they missed out on the opportunity to just embrace other cultures. America is a melting pot. And the thing is that most of us who are in power, I would say 99% of the people who are in power in this country are not indigenous to this land. So for us not to be indigenous from this land, I was not here by choice. My ancestors were brought here in chains. So I didn't choose to be here. I was forced to be here, but I'm embracing this melting pot that I'm a part of. And it's just like, how do we stray so far away from the fact of how America became what it is? And so the fact that so many people were so mad about this, but the man went up there and had a unifying message is so beautiful. I love that. But again, to the folks that did not watch, that's okay, because we have free will in America, which gives us the right to do what we want. So just like a lot of us didn't watch Shania Twain or Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers or the Who. The big difference is that the snowflakes who didn't like it decided they wanted to have their own halftime show, which again, power to you, more power to you. But the snowflakes decided that, oh, we don't want to do that. But when people do stuff like that, we got to take note. That's my big thing today, is we need to take note of when people do stuff like that. Remember who they invited to perform. Remember who the target audience was, and check to see if the focus was on unity and division. That's what we should be focusing on. Because when somebody show you who they are, make sure you take note of that. You always should. And in my opinion, when you ask someone like Kid Rock, who has made offensive comments and used the N-word before, when you have him headline your halftime show, you're not focused on unifying a country in a time that is needed. You are more focused on placating to a specific race. That Truth Nation should be your takeaway. It should be our takeaway, is that the Turning Point USA halftime show, it wasn't about everybody. See, people, that show was the FUBU show. You know what FUBU stand for? For us, by us. And when I say for us, by us, that show was for them white folks and by them white folks. They had four performers that were all white, and the music focused towards not what all Americans like, but what a specific genre of folks like. Lady Gaga performed at the halftime show yesterday of the Super Bowl. Ricky Martin performed at the halftime show. Even though he didn't move, he was playing the little guitar, beautiful with the bananas behind and sitting in the chair. It was cool. Great aesthetics. But the Turning Point USA wasn't about highlighting the most popular genres in America. No. It was geared towards white Americans. That was their target audience. It was literally the worst of the white race that wanted to embrace that. Not because of who performed, but because of what their goals are. And that's the whole thing, is I really don't care that they had their own snowflake halftime show. But see, their goal wasn't about representing America. Their goal was about representing white America. And as black folks, we need to stop following behind these things which don't want to include us. Not saying this Bad Bunny performance was inclusive of us. Afro-Latino people enjoyed it. The reggaeton influence was there. But we have to stop trying to follow behind what is white and thinking white is right. And I will tell you this right now, that there are a lot of incredible white people in this country. There are. Who are advocating and walking hand in hand and on the front lines fighting for justice and equality in this country with us. So don't get it twisted. There are a lot of amazing white people. But also, for every incredible white person that there is also a white person who is fighting to push back against the advancements of other people like us. 833-212-1017. Did you enjoy the halftime show? 833-212-1017. What message did you get from the halftime show? 833-212-1017. Did you watch the Kid Rock halftime show? I want to hear from you. I'll take your calls. I'll take your texts on the other side. But I just thought it was so beautiful to be able to just watch and embrace somebody else's culture. I got Kendrick Lamar. I got Usher on skates. I love me some Beyonce. I love Rihanna showing that belly bump. I enjoyed all of that. But it ain't always about me being happy. And we have to understand that we live in a country that the second biggest population based off the last census ain't us black folks. So to sit here and think that we always supposed to get what we want will be crazy. That's what America is about. I saw Cardi B on stage. So 833-212-1017. Winky Blue, I see you. We'll get to the other side. Make sure y'all continue to watch and stream us live on YouTube by giving us a like and giving us a share. But I'll take your calls and texts and continue the conversation next.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Injured at work, unable to work due to health problems, or denied veteran benefits you're entitled to? Last year, Tayback Law returned over $73 million in wrongfully denied VA and Social Security benefits to people in our communities. Tayback Law celebrates Black History Month by bringing its message to 101.7 The Truth. The team is thrilled to see Milwaukee achieve this exciting new outlet for speaking truth to power. And Tayback Law is always ready to fight for you. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017. The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. Everyone can stay calm for now as Giannis is still in Milwaukee. After the trade deadline on February 5th, the Bucks made moves that didn't include Giannis, as offers didn't spark traction. Giannis via Instagram.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
Giannis's caption said, "Legends don't chase, they attract." Bucks are back at home tonight against the Pacers at 7. In men's college basketball, Badger basketball takes on Indiana at home tomorrow morning at 11. Marquette faces Butler at home tomorrow at 1.
It is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
President's Day is here, and Steinhoffels is celebrating big. Right now, save at least 10% off store-wide on the furniture you've been waiting for. Wow, 10% off store-wide. That's a huge sale. And it gets better. Spend over $49.99. That's $4,999. And Steinhoffels will give you a free 65-inch 4K smart TV. Plus, test rest a Beauty Black mattress for your chance to win a dream vacation to Hawaii. Yes, Hawaii. It's the President's Day sale at Steinhoffels. Make sure you shop in store or online at steinhoffels.com. Dang. Gotta give me some new stuff. Not gonna update yet, but I got some little small stuff I do need to get. Need to get a sleeper sofa in the guest room or a TV room. So make sure you go to Steinhoffels just like me. Visit Steinhoffels in store or online at steinhoffels.com. It is Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace here on the World Award-winning 1017 The Truth. We're talking about the Super Bowl performance. The Snowflakes decided that they wanted to have their own halftime show because they were mad that it was going to be in Spanish. 833-212-1017. Winky Blue, what are your thoughts on today's show?
Hey, good afternoon, Brother Kyle.
Good afternoon, brother.
Brother Kyle, me myself personally on the halftime deal, I didn't look at either one of them, and to be totally honest, I was too busy to look at either one of them. However, you said something that struck me to call. You said that we as black people are not the sole minority in this country, right? Is that what you said?
I said we're not the number one minority in this country. I believe in the last census we were surpassed by folks of Hispanic descent.
That's right. And that ought to scare the heebie-jeebies out of you and me, because knowing that it's only 46, 47 million of us black in America, that ought to scare. Now the Puerto Rican culture, they are part of the American territory, and they're part of us as Spanish-speaking people, which makes them a part of America. But at the same time, I also understand the language barrier and the Spanish-speaking language. When the Puerto Rican go into the temporary service, he'll put down Mexican. The Mexican, when they fair-skinned it enough, they'll put down white. The black man can't go nowhere but put down African-American or black. You know what I'm saying? We can't go nowhere. So the language, and even with those people that are coming in from Nicaragua and all those places, they speak Spanish. That surpasses me and you. That makes us fighting and afraid. Now, one more thing shortly, that just a little bit off of the topic. I never hear you talk about nothing that you are a homeowner, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, Governor Evers signed a bill, a veto pen. He used his veto pen to put in 400 years of increasing. Hold on, and I guess, but you never said nothing about that.
Wait, Winky. Yeah, that 400-year increase. How much does that cost? How much does that cost people as taxpayers? And why? And why is it that? Answer this for me. Actually, what are you more concerned about? The referendums that you're seeing in these different communities to make up for all the lost money that they're not getting in funding from the state, or are you more mad about the 400 years of $326 per pupil?
Yeah, but hold on. That's you got to look at how many hundreds of dollars your home is worth. And that increases. So by the time your kids get grown, Brother Kyle, they don't have income coming in like you. God bless you that you have enough. Then they lose the property. Okay, and then the rural areas don't have to be faced with that area, with that particular tax.
But Winky, again.
Sure.
Can you I just want you to answer the question when it comes to this. Which one should be more concerning? Okay. Is it the fact that you're seeing referendums like in Whitefish Bay, $100 million referendum coming up, and we saw here in Milwaukee a $200 million referendum for school funding, and we're seeing across all the different folks where property taxes are going up with these referendums? Or should we be concerned about the fact that Tony Evers did that?
The referendum, and guess what? There'll be by that passing, we don't need a referendum no more because that suppresses me and your vote.
No, that's not true, Winky. They're still doing this.
Then please make me understand.
This increase came the last budget. It might have been 2 budgets ago where he used the veto pen to strike out for the funding. And so what we have to understand when that 400-year increase is that this ain't nothing new that's been part of it, and you're not even seeing it's a drop in the bucket. The reason why he did that is because on the state level, as costs have been rising, Rhea, have costs been rising, the cost of living and cost of food and groceries and to be able to operate, has it gone up in the last 4 years?
Absolutely.
And so that has continued to rise. If you continue to fund the states at the same level, but the cost of living goes up, guess what? There's a gap. And so what Evers was trying to do was do a little small thing to help bridge the gap, but there's still such a significant gap that you will see if you do your own research. If you look at different communities across even southeastern Wisconsin or across the state, they're all doing referendums to try to get more money. And actually, there were states from different counties across this side of the state. I think Green Bay, Racine, Kenosha, Milwaukee, and different superintendents that wrote to the state asking the state to give more money to the school. So I think we got to make sure that we fully educate on the fact that Tony Evers did a small little increase, but the fact that we continue to see our property taxes go up, and a lot of it is because of the referendums to fund these schools because the state refuses to increase the level of funding for the schools. So I think that's so important. And we just lost Benito.
107 The Truth on YouTube.
Tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth Community Spotlight this Wednesday. Acosta, Director of Impact Engagement at Peak, and Tyreka Barnes, a parent of students at Peak. They will discuss how your child can do summer different through their free summer programming in Milwaukee and camp in Boscobel, Wisconsin. Again, that is the Community Spotlight this Wednesday with the Kellogg Peak Initiative at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do little wiggles. The slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
He's just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
You are listening to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app. Catch Truth to Power every weekday from noon to 1 p.m.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th for the second annual Truth Community Awards presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel, celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. Tickets are on sale now, so make sure you don't wait and you visit 1017truthawards.com to buy your tickets today. You don't want to miss it. It happens on Friday, February 20th. The Truth Community Awards is presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel and sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall. And make sure, again, you come celebrate. We're going to be having prizes. We're giving away a prize to the Brewers game, a Summerfest pack. We're giving away a nice hotel vacation stay as well at the Chula Vista. So make sure you are there at the Truth Community Awards because you won't want to miss it. It is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I'm Kyle Walsh, your host of Truth to Power. Make sure you watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. That's 1017 The Truth on YouTube. You can give us a like. You can give us a share. You can give us a subscribe. And we're talking about the halftime show yesterday, the Super Bowl halftime show. And I want to hear from you, Truth Nation. How did it make you feel? How did it impact you? The representation is something that I felt was so important, but I want to hear from you again. You can call in and text us at 833-212-1017. Deanna in Milwaukee, what are your thoughts on the Super Bowl halftime show with Bad Bunny yesterday?
Honestly, I think it really took a break from all the, all the negativity that we might be seeing around in the nation, and it was kind of a reminder to bring us back together and telling the nation to look like, hey, we're here, like it's us, like we're all supposed to be together, like it's the United States for a reason. And it just made me feel more positive and like we do belong here as Latin Americans. You know, my parents, they came here to give me a better life. And a lot of people might think that it's wrong, but this country was built by immigrants, you know, by people that came here. And I think it just is a bigger message, like, hey, like, this is what nature is. Nature is butterflies going down south when it gets cold. Nature is birds going down south when it gets cold. It's what nature does. And I think the halftime show, it was beautiful. It's like we should just accept each other and love each other for who we are instead of trying to bring each other down. It's just too much hatred going on. So I thought it was very beautiful that they are representing that we should just stick together instead of trying to tear each other down with all this hate and stuff. So it meant a lot to me seeing how Latin America could be so diverse. And
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We're short on time, but I appreciate the call. But I think the key thing is that the only thing stronger than hate is love. And that was a key message from yesterday. But 833-212-1017, thank you so much, Deanna, for calling in and sharing. I love the fact that she's Latin American, and, you know, this is truth. And this is, again, for everybody from this city to speak their truth. And I appreciate to hear the appreciation that somebody has from representation in the message. But Ron on the South Side, got 60 seconds here for you. What are your thoughts on the Super Bowl halftime?
Hey, Kyle, thanks for taking my call. Hey, man, listen, when I look at a halftime show, I look for excitement, energy, entertainment, a message, and all that, and that was all in that performance last night. I don't know Bad Bunny like that. I mean, my daughter-in-law was like, you got to watch it. I was not disappointed. I mean, it's top 5 of entertainment for halftime. I got Michael Jackson, Prince, Bruno Mars. I got Bad Bunny now. I don't even know the guy, but that stuff was exciting. Everybody was beautiful. The scenery was beautiful. The different sets and everything he had, all that together came, and like the lady said, it was all about love, and it was all about being different, and that's what I took from last night. It was great. Thank you.
Ron on the South Side, tight, quick, straight to the point. I absolutely love it, and I think it was beautiful. Rhea, I do want to give you time to just simply, as you being a dancer, and we both don't speak Spanish like that, what was it that you got out of the halftime show yesterday?
Well, I told you off air I cried a little bit. I think it was just a great representation of what America is. It definitely was a nice moment of being like, yes, we can still have fun in the midst of all this chaos and destruction and sadness. And I feel like we really should, as a group of people, America is a melting pot, and we should also still appreciate our brothers and sisters who are of the Latin descent.
I'm with you on that one. And my thing is as a black person, I think it's first and foremost, we should just all just be accepting of everybody. You know, I mean, listen, everybody ain't gonna be the nicest person. You're gonna have people who are evil, part of every single background, including our own. But what I don't want to ever do is I don't want to be aligned, and I want to be so soft and such a snowflake to the point where we get to a point where you want to have your own halftime show because you don't like this. And I think there's another story for me, a message of how we need to empower ourselves as well, because I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. One thing that we learned from yesterday is that they disdain and the hate that they have. Remember, they was mad at Kendrick. They didn't like Benito. It seems to me like when these halftime shows for some people don't fit what they want, they get mad and upset and don't want to support it. And so with that should be a message of don't depend on them to do anything for you. Don't depend on them to help us thrive. Don't depend on them to help us grow, because at the end of the day, they lack empathy for us. They were so upset about a halftime show that they went and had their own, which they have every right to do. But that other halftime show they did not represent the United States of America. It represented one fraction of the United States of America. And that should be something that you should not forget. When they had an opportunity to do their own show that represented what they thought was true America, English, they made it whites only. I saw a clip. They said the folks who was boycotting the halftime show is the same folks that love the whites-only drinking fountains and like segregation. I think there's some truth in that. But this has been Truth, the Power of Kyle Wallace. Truth Nation, I appreciate y'all watching and listening for today. We're going to continue more conversation tomorrow because I got another story I want to talk about as well when it comes to the lack of empathy and why we should be more self-reliant tomorrow. But make sure y'all stay locked in. The Tory Lowe Show is up next. Truth Nation, thank y'all. Peace out. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.
Truth Nation, it's time once again to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community at the 2nd Annual Truth Community Awards, happening Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 inside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. This award